Okay everyone, hello, I'm Daniel and today's game we're reviewing is Diablo 3. Now Diablo 3 is obviously the third installment of the Diablo games, and the Diablo games are basically, they are dungeon crawlers that basically involve you going into dungeons and killing a lot of stuff. Sound familiar? So I want to just quickly talk about how I came across this game. Now I've never played Diablo 2 or 1 or kind of anything like this. I played Torchlight a little bit, which is kind of a similar genre to this, but it's nothing like this. So this game is very different in the fact that it's nothing like I played before. Absolutely nothing. I play World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Call of Duty, sometimes, not a lot anymore. Dead Island, as you saw in the last one. Borderlands, stuff like this. I've never played a third-person dungeon crawler, third-person RPG. League of Legends is kind of third-person, but not. So enough about that. I want to tell you about how I got this game. I got it for free via the annual pass on World of Warcraft. And the only reason I bought the annual pass is for the World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria beta. Now I don't care about this anymore. I care about 2 months ago, before Diablo was released, I was like, actually, what is this Diablo game? It might be good. And I looked into it and it did look very good. So I kind of bought the annual pass for the beta, and I didn't play, I've not played the beta much. If you don't know what beta is, just Google it. And it's like, I bought the annual pass for something and didn't get it. But now I'm really happy I bought the annual pass because of Diablo, because Diablo is a good game. But I had no intentions of ever playing it until my brother started to go like, play it, it'd be good, and stuff. So that's how I just wanted to tell you how I got it quickly and how I came across it. So the main story behind Diablo is basically Diablo's back. Enough story. No, just kidding. Basically, evil has come back to Earth, and I try not to say too much because it would spoil the story a lot for you guys. And I know you want to play the game. Now, it's supposed to be one of the best games ever released, and I do agree with it, but it's the Angry Brit Show, and we do have points that make it a bad game. But first I'm going to talk about stuff that does make it a good game. The use of 5 classes, the Barbarian, Witch Doctor, Monk, Wizard, and Demon Hunter, mean that the game has a lot of variety. Now, each of these characters gets 6 slots of spells. Each spell can have around 3 to 5 spells each. Each of these spells can have 6 runes, not including the original spells. So 7 spells on each rune. This is a lot of spells. There is a lot of different gameplay ways. Obviously there's like core builds that people want you to stick with. But if you want to go all guns and blazing, have 6 attacking skills and just spam everything everywhere, which is what I usually do. The game does require a skill level, as in, there's normal mode, nightmare mode, hell mode, inferno mode. So basically your normal mode is just like, you're doing it for the story kind of, there's no challenge really, I died a few times, not a lot. Then there's nightmare mode, which I've just started, and it is a lot trickier than normal mode. Act 1 normal mode to Act 1 nightmare mode is a big difference, so you do tell the difficulty change. It's good, because I do like the fact that they've done these different difficulties to make the game harder and more progressively harder, rather than just, you know, Act 1 to Act 2 is stupidly harder, and then Act 4 is even harder. The game is broken up into 4 acts. Act 1 is about the Dead Rising, get it? God. Act 2 is about you're trying to find a way to kill the evil, one of the big evils, and his name is Belial. He has taken refuge and that. In the 3rd chapter, you're like, it's kind of Lord of the Ringsy. You're, the demons are in siege of your castle and you've got to protect and kill Asmodan. Act 4 is where you go Diablo, hence the name, Diablo. Okay, so another point I want to make out is the acts. Now the acts get increasingly shorter, and I think this kind of spoils the game. Act 1 is kind of long because you're getting used to the game, and that's fair enough because you have to get used to the game and kill stuff. Act 2 is quite a bit harder than Act 1, which I'll explain in a minute, and it's shorter, you feel it to be shorter. Act 3 is even shorter, and Act 4 is like an hour's gameplay for me on normal. And I was trying to explore everywhere and look in every nook and cranny and everything. Also, the auction house. Now, I like the auction house. I like the idea of the auction house on this game. I know I've played WoW a lot, so I know about auction house concepts and stuff. But I just don't understand why the Diablo auction house makes you feel like you're ruining the game. Because basically, I went from a very, very low damage gear to a very high damage gear by spending not even half of my money, and it made me just blaze through the game. Maybe that's why the act felt shorter as well. Maybe the auction house made me so damagey that I could kill stuff so quickly that I wasn't supposed to be killing quickly. It's just, it seems to me like the auction house didn't really help the game, so that's kind of a problem. Also, Leah, this woman, Leah, but this woman Leah, she's just so annoying. She's not even useful. She follows you around. She's like, boom, boom. Did we kill anything? No, you didn't, because you hit nothing. I use there's 3 companions, the Templar, the Scoundrel, and the Enchantress. These 3 are freaking useful as hell. I use the Templar because he heals and stuff. Yeah. But my brother uses the Enchantress because he's a melee. But she just like, boo, boo, hey. She doesn't help at all. She's useless. The boss fights in the game do feel very, very good. They are very rewarding and do make you think. The first boss is literally just kind of like stand there and shoot him, but you do have to move around and kill ads. So the bosses, to me, feel like World of Warcraft bosses. They kind of feel like you have to be doing something to kill him, rather than just sitting there spraying everything. Because there's on this end of the second act, there's a boss called Belial. Now, these are spoilers, guys, so if you don't want to watch the spoilers, skip. I'll give you a time where we start talking about bosses. Belial is basically a huge demon, and you can sit there spraying at him for quite a while, but things come on the floor, and you don't dodge the things, you're dead. Now, so it does make it a challenge. You have to be kind of like, you have to be damaging him whilst dodging everything else, which can be kind of a pain, because I died 2 times because I'm an idiot, and I was like, kill it with fire! And then I realised I'm going to die if I keep doing that. So that's kind of a problem. So I needed to try and figure out ways to... It does make you think, the game, and that's what I like about games like this. Hey guys, so to end this review, I'm going to say that Diablo 3 is a very good game, and you should definitely buy it, even though the retail price on Blizzard.net is kind of high for UK. I'm not sure about everywhere else. £45 for a game is kind of ridiculous in the UK. Even the Blu-ray PS3 ones barely go for that. But it's still worth picking up if you want a good 16 hours on just normal mode like I did. Maybe I'm just bad, but 16 hours gameplay on one of the easiest difficulties is kind of a good game. So I rate this game 9.5 out of 10. It had a lot of potential, it took it made a good game, fast paced, good classes, good development. But there's some things that just I can't give it a 10. It's just not my favourite game of all time. So thank you for watching. If you have any other questions, please hook me up on Twitter.